pump won't stall in the downstroke. And it really is quite simple. If the piston rod don't stall in the downstroke, it's because your check ball isn't holding the material. So, and I want to back up just a little bit and explain the dynamics of how a pump works. If you take a cup full of water completely and you stick your finger in it, what happens?
The water rises.
It overflows, right? Okay. So the same thing happens with a piston rod and your exhaust valve assembly on a pump. When the piston rod is moving in the upstroke, it's filling the cylinder, okay? And so when the cylinder is full in the upstroke, the pump shifts direction and the piston rod drops down. So when the piston rod drops down, the lower check ball closes. And at that point, you could be missing this whole upper valve assembly. It wouldn't matter. The displacement of the piston rod moving down through the material is what's pushing the coating out to the gun. So if a pump don't stall in the downstroke, it's one of a few things. One, most typically, there's a piece of dirt in here. 90% of the time, if the pump don't stop in the downstroke, it's this guy right here. That's 90% of the time. The other issue it can be is there may be a hole in the suction rod. The way you diagnose a hole in the hose is have the customer spray. And if he leaves the pump sit idle for 10 or 15 minutes and he starts to spray the jackhammers and then goes away, you got air here. Because what happens is when this piston rod, when the pump is sitting at idle, this is holding a tiny bit of vacuum. It's like if you put a straw in water and you suck on it, put your finger over the top, it holds material. Same thing as the pump's doing the same thing. So if there's a hole anywhere in here, over time, it's going to get some air in. And then when you start to spray, the pump starts to go like crazy. It jackhammers. And watch what happens is if I leave a little bit of air into this guy, so by now I should have drained a little bit of air into the system, and I start the pump, that thing's going to jump. Right back. Should do on this stroke. Filter on the bottom of their suction rod, and the filter is clogged. So if I put my finger over here and run this pump, it's going to do the same thing. Same deal. Another one that happens is, and this doesn't happen as frequently, but sometimes the customer will say the pump won't stall in the downstroke, and they have a filter on, and the filter is relatively clean, but you know how the plastic filters on the 1014? Well, the material may be about at this level, and they'll say, no, there's still material in the filter. But what's happening is the lower portion of the filter has dried paint in it, and it's sucking air from the top of the filter into the pump. So, just to recap, 90% of the time it's going to be the lower check ball. The other 10% of the time it's going to be air or a plugged filter on the bottom of the suction rod or a hole in the hose.